Hey, this is Jake from Testosterone Trips. Here to bring you an update off of my corpectomy surgery. It is now 1 month. I had my surgery on April 26th. It is now May 26th. It's the Friday before Memorial Day weekend. It has been a while since I've posted. I thought I posted after week 3, but apparently I did not. So I want to bring you an update, the 1 month update, 4.5 weeks, whatever you want to call it. So remember, I had a corpectomy because I had spinal cord compression, and so I want to talk a little bit about how I'm feeling. So I do have some sort of some neck pain, but usually I think that kind of derives from having surgery there. It's not. It is around the bottom of my neck, around the cervical bone that was taken out around 5, and that's where I'm getting a little bit of stiffness. Not, a lot of people complain about cramping. I have not sensed that at all, but it is a little bit difficult to move around, especially after I wake up in the morning. It has been cooler here in Southern California than it normally is in April and May. So I think some of that has something to do with some of the stiffness too. But in regards to the stiffness, my hip, I can definitely feel the arthritis in that. My right hip is where I've been having issues with that. So that is continuing to, again, as soon as I start walking, it pretty much goes away. Yeah, about a week ago, I was really, maybe not, about a half a week ago, at the early part of this week, it was actually sore. And so one of the things I've been pretty religious about is making sure I take, a good 45 minutes of walking every day, off and on. And I actually just kind of gave myself a day off, and it felt great the next day. So I think you can overwork it, and I think maybe that's what I had done. And so, it doesn't seem like 45 minutes of walking every day would or should do that, but it was, and whatever. So one of the major problems I'm still having is constipation. I did have a 2-day bowel movement, which was amazing the other day, which amazing in the sense of it only took 2 days. So, but I'm still having somewhere between 2 and 4 days most times, and I'm hopeful, the doctor's hopeful that will go away and that we'll have normal sensations. I am getting a better feel, it seems like, on the lower half of my body. If I cut something, or if something's cool or hot, I do feel like I have better feeling there in my legs, which is good, because that means it's not the diabetes that's taking effect. Again, my right foot is a little bit pronated. I got a little bit of a drop foot, but it's nothing like what I had before. I'm pretty sure the right foot drop was, if you've never had it, it's basically watching somebody with a stroke try to walk. I am not having issues with that at all. I mean, it's a little bit pronated, but it may be naturally pronated anyway. So I did talk to somebody yesterday I actually visited work for just a little bit, and he actually said that my gait actually looks a lot better, and I just have to go off of what people tell me. I don't think he was just trying to be nice. He's not the kind of guy that would just try to be nice. So that's good, and I do feel like that's better. One of the things I have had in the last week or two is I have had a return occasionally of leg tremors when I get up from sitting for a long period of time. My hope is that, again, once, my spinal cord's bruised, so at that point, it's going to take a while to heal. So my hope is that will go away. Some other issues that have come up. Again, I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to try to show you a little bit here. I can't even get there, but you can probably see my incision a little bit. It is healing pretty well. I have been able finally to take a pair of clippers over that and shave over the incision. I have no pain or anything from it. I haven't taken a razor on it. I haven't given my normal shave on it yet, but I'll probably give that a couple more weeks before I do that. I have shaved a few times around it. No main issues there other than I let my beard go a little bit too long. And on that note, you can probably see that my hair needs to be cut. It is that I feel like a hippie right now. It is touching my ears, and that is a no-no. So I have actually I'm afraid to go get a haircut because I don't want somebody to kind of like rotate my head or make me tilt up and down. So I've actually tried to make contact with my wife's hairdresser because she's pretty gentle, and see if she can do that. And it's going to cost me a little bit more, but I think it might be worth just having the hair trimmed back some. Driving. A major freedom. I was cleared 2 weeks ago to drive, and I've been driving most days. I think almost every day, a couple of times. I've been driving. I extended the distances. Like yesterday, I drove almost all day to different ran errands and stuff like that had to get done. And the only issue I'm really having on driving is when I come to a stop and it's usually it's where it's a three-way intersection where I'm coming to a dead end and I got to turn left or I got to turn right, and I haven't mastered that yet. So I'm turning right, make sure it's really clear on the right, and then I turn left to make it really clear on the left, then I turn right real quick again, then I turn left real quick again, and then I'll turn. So I'm having some issues with turning. I did jump on the freeway for the first time yesterday and basically just got on the freeway. There's a lot of traffic, of course, because it's California. But I was able to get on the freeway, merge okay. It's going to take me a couple of minutes to get adjusted to some mirrors and some of that kind of driving, but it generally has been pretty good. And it's always very freeing, and I love the independence of driving. So good luck, Governor Newsom. You're never taking away my car. Sitting. If I sit too long, I feel it, man. And I don't have a lot of natural padding in my rear. So when I sit long times, it almost feels like sometimes like my bone is bruising. And so I have to get up and I have to walk around, and so that's kind of been something that you might want to do, get up and walk around a little bit if you had this kind of a surgery. In the mornings, like I said, when I got out of bed, I've had some stiffness in between my shoulders. I assume that's because there's a bone missing there. And so, and there's probably some muscle atrophy there. I haven't been able to lift. My lifting has consisted of, I'm like kind of like doing like an air curl and an air extension down. And I usually do that when I'm walking for a little bit. So I have a little bit of muscle tone in the arms, but it's harder in the shoulders because, my neck's kind of around that. But I've been trying to work the muscles a little bit more inside the brace. So I'm kind of like turning a little bit. I'm probably not supposed to, but going down, going up. And so that's actually one of the interesting things is at night, I apparently have a natural inclination to kind of press down, and I can really feel that in the morning off of the brace. But speaking of the brace, I've got 1.5 weeks left. I cannot wait till this brace comes off. I have another week after the brace comes off before my next doctor's appointment, and I probably will wear it off and on. Like when I'm walking or driving, I'll probably continue to wear the brace until after I see my doctor and he's giving me the all clear. But like if I'm just sitting around like I am now, I'll probably stop wearing the brace when I'm not moving around. But on that note, I've gone and visited work a couple of times. I've actually been on a couple of dates with my wife a couple of times, which has been kind of nice. And then I've just, in general, been socializing more, and that I'm finding out I'm kind of a social guy as much as I do like my time to myself. But yep. And then, the last thing I want to really kind of talk about is my my throat. As I had said before in a previous video, it was about 36 hours before my sore throat went away. And I know a lot of people have reported a much longer sore throat than that, and I haven't really had that issue. I have in the last couple of weeks experienced some almost like an acid reflux. What I have found is that cracked pepper is not good because it just gets it got stuck in my throat, and then it just kind of, you kind of feel like something's there and you don't know exactly what. But that night after I went to bed and laid down, it was yeah, it was there. And so I'd wake up, I'd spend about an hour drinking water trying to clear it out, and then I fall asleep in my recliner or something like that. So I didn't feel like I was going to have some acid reflux. But as far as swallowing goes, I've been pretty good. The last 3 or 4 days, I have had no issues at all swallowing. I'm actually at a point where I too take a lot of medications, and the medications I take are pretty large. Metformin, if you've ever had it, it's a pretty big pill. And then I've got a valsartan that I take, is also a pretty big pill. I call them horse pills. They are huge. But basically, I've been, for a while, up until about a half a week ago, I'd have to take 2 or 3 drinks of water just to choke one of them down. And now I'm actually taking 2 at a time. And occasionally I might have to take a second sip of water to get them down, but they're not getting stuck for general purposes. My throat at night has been a little bit more dry, but that may be more of a byproduct of me trying to drink less during the day. Other than that, I'm kind of looking at my list here if there's anything else. My leg weakness it's been better. I'm probably closer to 90% on the leg strength right now. I do still have some hip clunking, and I know I have a torn labrum, hip labrum, and so I'm guessing that's probably what that is. I at some point may end up having to go in and get surgery to have that taken care of, just to get rid of the clunking. I am curious to see, once I kind of get my gait, and once I go through physical therapy for my gait, which is supposed to happen after I get my brace off. I'm supposed to go back for gait therapy and for balance therapy. But I'm curious to see if I'll be able to jog again, because before the surgery I could not jog, and that had a lot to do with my drop foot. I couldn't lift it and pull it above and past my other foot when I was taking strides. So it was pretty labored. But I'm hopeful for that now. I'm hopeful I can kind of get to a point where I can at least jog again for the exercise. If not jog, definitely get back on my road bike and start to exercise a little bit more with that. Other than that, I'm doing really good. My hope is that if you're watching this, it's because you want to know how you can compare what you're going through with mine. And again, feel free to leave comments and like the video if you want to. But I am looking forward possibly to getting back here on the road soon. And I do know, let's see, next week, before my doctor's trip, I am going to Santa Barbara for the weekend to spend some time with some friends that live up there, and always fun to visit them. And we will see how that goes. I'll report back here in about a week. I promise this time I will report back in a week. I've got nothing else to do with my time other than sit here and rest and talk to you guys. All right, I think that's it. Again, if you got any questions, do not hesitate to ask. I hope this video has been helpful for you. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye now.